very personal question to ask you.
For the first one?
Yeah, start right off with a personal question.
Okay.
How do you say your name?
Bisset.
It is Bisset.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
This is for all time. No Jacqueline Bisset.
Or Bisset.
Or Bisset.
No, it's Bisset.
Okay.
Scottish. Jacqueline.
Jacqueline.
Which is French.
Yeah.
So it's an odd name to me.
No one gets it right.
No, but doesn't matter.
How Americanized have you become?
Quite.
Is that alarming?
No. I think it's good. I think it's a good combination. I have a sort of bit of that and a bit of this and a bit of French and a bit of, I think, what is it called? Mongrels are good. I think it's good to be mixed.
What do you feel like, though? Do you feel like someone who's from...
I feel more, I actually feel like I feel Scottish all of a sudden. It's the most peculiar thing. My father died about 2 years ago, and I feel like his blood is in me. He was different in a way, in terms of a certain kind of spirit, toughness. And I can see it coming out in me.
Are you confident as an actor?
Well, I don't know if I'm confident, because some directors tell me I'm not confident as a performer. They say you worry, you're not sure of yourself. And in fact, I think I'm fairly sure. John Huston said I wasn't sure. He said that in the press to somebody, but he felt I distrusted my instincts, but I feel I trust them.
When did you know that you wanted to be on stage, be on screen?
Without getting too highfalutin, I always liked literature, and I always was one of the few people in school who enjoyed the Shakespeare class. And I used to go with it, I think, farther than the other kids did. I didn't find it a drag. I liked it. I liked using words, but I didn't really go beyond that. I didn't know what that job was. I didn't know that that meant you wanted to be an actress.
That there was actually a life in it.
There was a life in it, yes.
Mm-hmm. Were you?
Apparently, I found out quite recently, I did this thing where I talked to my school teacher when I was about 5. She told me that I always was interested in the same subjects. She said it was very clear to me that you were interested. You always loved to dance, you always loved English, and you always loved music. And I said, even at 5, 6? She said, absolutely, clear as a day. I remember very well. Well, I had no, because one doesn't have any concept of oneself as a little person.
Were you always cursed with such great beauty? That's a dumb question, but you know what I mean. Were you, when you...
My mother and father, I had different feelings about this, and my father said I had nothing to do with it, you see, so he said it was all to be dealt with by my mother, and they made me, and the rest of it I should get along with. So I was not brought up thinking I was particularly... They used to say, don't get stuck because you're pretty. Mm-hmm. Try and be attractive rather than pretty. Because the prettiness will go and the attractiveness will stay, and that'll get you through. So I really have almost had an obsessional dislike of being called pretty, because I represented it. In my mind, I put it together with loss and failure of an unhappiness, because that was always thrust at me all the time.
Yeah.
I was always told a woman must develop herself, and I probably went very strongly into what I was told. And at this point now, I'm a little more relaxed about it.
Is it still true that you're never going to get married?
I never said that.
Why are you quoted as saying that?
Well, because people say what they feel like, don't they?
Okay. Straighten out the record right here.
Oh, I don't want to straighten out the record. I don't want to be defined on any... Why do I have to define it? I mean, I think marriage is fine. I just find that I bloom better. I feel more alive if there's a degree of space. I just have a great need for solitude at times. And it's not the question of not loving somebody, or... I find it in any kind of relationship, any combination of relationships. Since I was a child, I needed to be alone a lot. I don't know how you do that when you are formally, absolutely, completely thrust together all the time. If I have my time to myself, I'm really very loving. It's a way I need to replenish, and I do give a lot in relationships. I believe in giving. I believe in trying to nurture.
You're involved in a long-term relationship now?
Well, fairly long.
Yes.
Yes.
Of some duration.
Of some
significant duration. Will this possibly lead to
I don't know.
a philosophical change in your position?
I don't have a philosophical change. I feel that what's right for each person is different, and I'm not sure about myself. I waver. I always waver.
Do you panic at the thought of marriage?
Just a little bit. Yes, just maybe. Just a little bit. But I don't know what it is I panic about or don't panic. I don't exactly panic. I think I don't know what the difference would be, truthfully. I just...
Give it a try. I'm sitting here advising you about your life. I don't mean to be doing that, but why don't you give it a try?
Maybe I will.
I read a quote where you said that you loved being 20 and you loved being 30. Mm-hmm. Now...
Yes.
Yes.
I will be saying that I love being 40,
Thank
too.
you very much. Okay.
Yes, I will be.
Are you looking forward to that?
Well, I'm not looking forward to it, but you mean, what do you want, for God's sake? I'm going to be perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I am, and probably 52. And I hope, once I've got past that part, I shall be a merry, dotty lady, I hope.